All right. Hello, PAIDS lab class, students who are not day one. I am Mr. Burkhart. I am your lab teacher. Um, some things you need to know about me. I'm a tremendous nerd. I like science stuff, specifically physics. Um, and I'll be teaching Mr. Pade's RCC physics lab for your class. Now, what's that going to look like? I don't come up with a lot of my own materials for that lab. The lab's mostly used as an extension of whatever Mr. Pade wants to do on, in class, and it sort of bleeds over into lab, and I just sort of facilitate that, and occasionally teach you guys maybe a different way of doing something or a way that works for me that's a little different than what Mr. Pade does. But I'll be your teacher of record for that period. I don't typically have access to your grades. Mr. Pade does all the grading for the work done in the lab. But I will occasionally come up with an activity that we'll be doing, or an example, or again, I'll go over the basics of something to make sure that you guys get it on lockdown. So I know this is a little weird because I'm doing this introduction. I usually do this big introduction for my kids that I see day one, but I'm only seeing a third of them in PAIDS lab class. So when I see you guys next, cycle that I see you, which for some of you is going to be 3 days from now, or 4 days from now, and for some of you is going to be like, I don't know, 5-6 days from now. So it's gonna be like a week, like an actual week until I meet you in person. I can give you a couple details about me, what I like, where I've been, that sort of thing. So I got my BA in physics, my Bachelor's of Arts in physics, and my Master's of Education at SUNY Potsdam. My work history at this point is kind of extensive. I didn't realize it, but I've been teaching for about 9 years now. This is my third year in the district at North Rockland High School. And previously I've worked in Clarkstown Central School Districts and Suffern Central School Districts, and I even worked on Long Island for a year. Right? I live in Orange County, where I'm surrounded by onions, garlic, and apparently chickens. I think I already said I like video games. I like nerdy, sciencey stuff. I also enjoy sports. Right now, in order of importance, I support Manchester United, whoever's on my fantasy football team, the New York Giants and the New York Yankees. I have a wife and son. Next time I see you guys, I can show you some pictures. Okay. Skip through this part because that doesn't matter. And requirements of in-classroom. Since I'm having you guys in class, I have a couple of requirements that are necessary for the class to be successful. One is I have to bring my A game. I am going to be relentlessly enthusiastic about physics. I love my subject. I love teaching it. I love sharing it with students. I love helping students make connections in it. So that's first and foremost. I have to set the right tone. Then I require respect 4 ways. The first way is I have to respect you guys as students, because if I don't give you guys respect, I don't see how I could ever require respect from you guys. If I give you respect, I expect that to be reciprocated, where you respect me as a teacher. Along those lines, it's important that you guys respect each other as learners, because if you're not respecting each other as learners, if you're not giving each other what you guys need in order for your classmates to learn, if you're not staying on task, if you're distracting, we're going to have some issues. And the thing about this year is, if we're having those issues and they're consistent, there's a chance that you go from being, part home some of the time to all the way home for a short period of time. So it's really important that we have a really healthy culture of getting work done in our physics lab. And I also require that if I do bring in materials to use for labs, I do require that you respect those class materials, because often I've purchased them with my own money, and they're really important to me. Right now, it's only one student out of class at a time. That is a school rule. That is not a Mr. Burkhart rule. That is something that I'm enforcing. So if somebody has to go to the bathroom, one person's out to go to the bathroom. If you're walking there real slow and you're on your phone, there's a chance that you're holding up somebody who has to pee. So I wouldn't do that. All right? If you aren't in class on time, you're subject to being marked late. If you leave the classroom early for any reason, even to stand in the hall or hang out with friends, you will be marked absent. So don't do it. No food or drink in class. It's a pandemic. And wear a mask. It's a pandemic. I have my mask right here. Okay? It's just me in the room right now, so I'm not wearing it, but instructing you guys, I will have it on all the time. And last but not least, just bring your best effort, right? If you bring your best effort, we're going to have a good time. Okay? All right, so that's a quick little introduction to me. It doesn't take as long because I don't see you guys and we're not in person. But I look forward to seeing you guys in person and meeting you guys. And, I like being the lab teacher because there isn't a whole lot of grading involved. It's kind of like the relationship you might have with like a fun uncle, right? I get to do all the fun stuff. And, and Mr. Pade's dad, it's like, ugh. It's like, all right, I don't have to do any like the discipline stuff typically. So I look forward to working with you guys, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Take care.